Shout out to those two ladies for leaving because the Kevin
two black women.
guy, yes.
Because shout out to the two black women.
Shout out to them for being like, nah.
Yeah,
I'm
hold
right,
on.
I'm good. Little special episode, special chess.
That's a lot of chess happening here.
Like you were busy earlier or about to be busy. I was like, I don't know where you're coming from, but chest out.
Football.
What was what's the weather out there like?
Football. Bruh.
You lying.
Yesterday it was 70 and stunning.
Oh, yeah, that's
it
all
was
y'all
beautiful
need.
outside. And today it was like, it's gonna get up to 60. No, it's not. It was 34, felt like 20, and the temperature kept continuing to drop. And now it's raining.
Oh my gosh. What a turn of events. That's really unhealthy, Chicago.
Yesterday was great.
That's very
Loved
unhealthy.
it.
A 70
Beautiful.
and sunny is crazy. And then
apparently in Virginia, my parents
glorified 40.
No, for real. My parents started off with 80 at the beginning of the day, and by the afternoon it was snowing.
I did hear that it was a big, huge drop in things because my mom was talking about how it was warm, but she was like, I just don't trust it. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on over there. We're kind of in our heat wave-ish thing going on right now too.
Yeah.
San Francisco broke a record for the hottest day in March on Friday.
In March?
So it was 90 out there. I was like, y'all gonna have to get central air in there. I mean, it's just gonna keep going.
No, at some point they are gonna have to, but man, that's gonna like short circuit them. All their electricity, y'all's electricity is gonna. It doesn't matter for you because you moving.
I was like, PG, right? That they're trying to vote PG&E out as the, as the carrier or whatever for.
Who are they gonna bring
San Francisco? They've named a couple places, but they just want to be able to control it too. They want to not privatize it, make it public or something. I don't know. They want PG&E out. PG&E had a bunch of like blackouts during the they did. The end of the last year and all that. So it's
I remember hearing about that.
A mess. So good for them. But okay, yeah, we are in this. A little weather report first, but we are here. Here we are. And Ohio is Midwest, so we'll tie it in with Chicago. But this was we needed to talk about this season. We needed to come together. Love is Blind, season 10. Here we are. Our recap.
I didn't realize we were starting, but you did that so smoothly. So we're in here.
Love is Blind. Season recap. 10. Kind of crazy as season 10, It's gone by so quickly.
No, and that it's expanded to so many countries in so many places. I've been tempted to watch some of the ones that aren't English first. And I think I started watching Brazil for a hot second, but the voiceover people that they got drove me nuts. And I said, I can't do this. I'm going to learn Portuguese first before I
that would start doing a much better solution. Because even the previews, when they launch into the previews, it's like the dubbing and just the voices that they use is like, y'all, this is awful,
It
so
really is.
What a franchise this has become, though. Like, I'm sure they'll continue to expand. Did the African countries in there? Because I didn't see it. I was like, they have pretty much everything. Let's see.
Ooh, you know what?
South Africa.
It's live Google. Hold on, I'm on it. Where does Love is Blind show in Africa? Love is Blind.
It's coming. So South Africa becomes the first.
I knew it was going to be South Africa.
Of course, you knew it was going to be that.
Because racism.
Like, you knew it. Yep. Because they're like, we still racist. But I was thinking that when we were going, because me and my wife were looking at after the reunion, but they have like France, Brazil, Mexico,
Paris, I think.
Yeah, I think they have France. They have some other, maybe Sweden. They go pretty deep with them. So Saudi Arabia.
I'm so excited.
Maybe
Saudi Arabia, I think, or was it Dubai?
Maybe Dubai. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was like, well, like we're us, but not yet. They were like, yes, kind of. So
they thought about it.
Should be good. I'll watch it. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. So
I'm gonna watch the fuck out of it because all of the shows that I get, especially like, not gonna lie, South Africa does put out some really good shows. There's there like Blood and Water was one that I watched and I loved it. There was a few other shows that I've watched and y'all put out some good reality TV shows. Y'all have the personalities to do it. And after visiting South Africa, I'm like, the people here got it down.
Now
they really do. They really do. And I'm out here. Like, you gotta watch this. I feel like the drama that's gonna happen between it is going to be at Real Housewives level, and I'm here for it. I think
they have the UK?
Had one of those.
They do. Sorry, they do.
Of course, yeah. Remember we watched that.
Okay. I did not. I haven't watched any of the other ones.
Oh no, I gave you a recap.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah,
I was like, you watched it, and then I'm like, no.
But I am more open to watching it because Blue Therapy, although it was it was all black pretty much. I don't think they had a white couple. Did you watch the Blue Therapy yet on Netflix?
Oh, I need to. It's on my list.
Now you need to watch that. It's not better than they're trying to bite off a couples therapy on Showtime, which is my shit.
I figured.
But they rushed it. It's like 8 episodes, very quick. I did like The Therapist, but it was like all black couples, pretty much, and all that, and the stud couple. So, and it was UK. So I was like, you know what? I could watch more if there are more black couples where you just see how things are going, globally. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like the UK could still have the problems that we have, or probably do. But I certainly will watch
because it was their first season, they were way more. It was back to the wholesome stuff of like, we are really following the instructions, we're following the rules, we're going through this story. So it was actually a bit of a refresh because they were really trying. And I said, man, I miss this. I miss how the first season was when y'all really were trying and weren't infiltrated by all of the other seasons and how much messier they got. Like this season, absolutely.
Like this one.
Was. Absolutely was. And I was thinking about this, and the fact that we still do these recaps because both of us love this show is probably one of our baddest queer traits. And we appreciate all of you who sit and listen to this, and the fact that we continue to watch this very problematic heteronormative show, but we are entertained, and I feel like we should be commenting on what the straights are doing more often. So
we really should. I don't think they don't take the time clearly to breathe and all that. We have our trouble, and that's first off, any of the love shows. I feel like everybody has their pick of their reality love show competition that they love. Like obviously there's the Love Island, which isn't a lot of love on that one. It's really Sex Island. But they can't use Sex Island because it's a little weird right now to use Sex Island.
Yeah, the sponsorships.
But Bachelor and Bachelorette, which is going through its own thing this week with the Bachelorette, you saw
also, did they brought, okay, first of all, I have no idea what's going on, but I know that they brought in a Bachelorette that has kids.
Yes. So she, I think, was on a Mormon Wives show. And then this week they started, because the season just started with her. And they canceled her whole season because a video dropped of her like physically abusing her ex-boyfriend. The kid was present. I think the kid got hit. I didn't even actually look at the video, but it was like, obviously the last couple of days. I'm sure you've seen the headlines because I was like, who the fuck is this lady they keep talking about?
I really haven't. The way that I'm so outside of the Bachelorette lore, like
I'm no not a Bachelorette, nothing. It was just like they kept showing, and then my faves and mutuals were like talking about this because she's a person with 3 names out there. So I was like, who is Jonathan Taylor Thomas and all that, but it's some lady. So I think I clicked like a little 2-minute video on like, well, what's going on? And it was like, a video was released and all that. She was abusing her ex on tape. So they canceled her whole season, which is unprecedented. Yeah, they were like, we can't. we cannot. So anyways, everybody has their franchises they follow because The Bachelor, Bachelorette is super popular to the people it's popular to. Love is Blind is just ours. Like, and then also The Ultimatum. We do love Ultimatum.
We do.
On this show. So those two, Netflix has us with a lot of things. So
we admit
season 10. So by this time, it's been out a couple weeks or ended a couple weeks. So the reunion's been out for a couple weeks. You've either watched at this point or not. So we're just going to go couple by couple, talk about what happened in the season, high level, get to the reunion, get to our final thoughts. And that's really it. I mean, there's so much content and recaps out now. So, if you want an in-depth one, there's some great ones out there.
There's some great ones. We're not that. We're here
not
because
this is
we
like
both watched it and we just wanted to talk about it, and we were going to talk about it. So we figured we'd talk with y'all about it. So that's why we're here. Also, we're bringing this to you on a Sunday. We're recording on a weekend.
I don't think we've ever recorded on a Sunday. Have we? A Sunday?
Once.
We've done Saturday.
We've done. Yeah, one time.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like a bunch of travels coming up, but it was one time.
Sunday. Sunday special today. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Sunday special Love is Blind edition. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that y'all know what is happening with these people and who they are as we talk about them.
And by y'all, we mean us as well, because
also that's
the thing is like after Love is Blind, it's like Men in Black for me. Like, I put the little thing in my face and I couldn't tell you who the fuck else. It's completely wiped. I could see him in the streets, and besides my faves like Cameron and Lauren, and there's a couple of older couples, I don't give a fuck about none of these people after this season.
I was like, Chicago I can obviously, because we still see them in the streets.
Yeah. And
out,
AD
stuff.
like I remember certain people who are breakout and still like doing things actively. But
yeah, because AD is killing it.
Yeah. So woo. Okay, so we talked about Ohio a little bit, pod dating time before we went on our Queerties break and everything. But now that we've seen the reunion, we've seen this whole season, let's just jump into the first couple here. Alex H and Ashley. Wow.
So why did they have to put Alex H? I just don't understand.
I don't know. He probably told them to. And he gave a very robust reason. He talked a lot. A lot of talking. A lot of talking. A lot of answers for everything. Yeah. So they were.
But also no answers at all.
No answers. Conflicting timelines. A lot of talking. A lot of very confident talking. Like, could be a salesman. Probably was a salesman.
Oh, probably should have been a salesman.
Yeah. I mean, he does financial and crypto, remember? Like, all this. Just a lot.
Allegedly.
So we don't know what to believe with Alex H, besides him being a nomad. Like, his mom did confirm that, and I was like, his mom is also out there.
His mom is also out there.
Yeah. So they leave the pods. I mean, they see each other, and there's I thought it was an attraction until he saw Brittany. Okay. Actually, so they were interesting because
I get it. I also get it,
and
because I saw Brittany too.
I get it. Like,
all right,
listen, okay, totally get it, Alex. But yeah, he was very interesting once he left the pods and started to interact with people. Their differences were clearly pronounced and very evident once they left the pods and they started dating. What were your thoughts of the honeymoon and then, just them going into the apartments and living together? Because they didn't have a lot of high moments together. Good moments once they left.
I feel like the honeymoon was the high point, just because
absolutely was.
It felt like they were able to walk around the group being the stereotypical hotties. I felt like it was like Mean Girls. Like, okay, here's your stereotypical hotties together. And, all the girls are like, oh my God, he's so tall and he's so athletic and hot and like all that. So of course, feels like
he's a handsome man
wrapping
too.
a cool gift. He is.
Very soccer coded. Handsome, very much looks like a soccer coach, aspiring soccer coach. I'm sorry. First off, what did you think of his soccer story? Like, his worst day ever of, like, I guess he was a top soccer player. He was going to get drafted in the MLS, had an unfortunate injury. Another teammate gets drafted, and the teammates who were watching in his living room, like, let's play soccer. I don't know. It's kind of, the story was fun. I laughed.
To be like, I feel like that was the moment that he realized he had no friends.
Yeah. I mean,
because they all left him.
I mean, what did he want them to do though? Like, I was like, I get it, but also like, I don't know. They were supposed to sit and just kind of wallow with you and just like, control you. Like, it just kind of was what it was. Like, I was like, it's one of those interesting slights that people could take. Like, he can absolutely take that as a slight. And I know I would be like, all right, party's over. But yeah, his stories are so interesting. So I thought that was an interesting slight. He's already operating at a level of like, I should be more successful, or I should be somewhere else in life, but I'm not. He very much wants to be a soccer coach. So he was talking about like these possible jobs he was going to get that he didn't get. It was very crazy. And then he was also a crypto trader, maybe there was a lot of things going on with Alex when they left. Ashley had her job, not as well traveled as he is, and
which he made note a lot.
He let her know about everything, most everything. Yeah, they very quickly were like, oh, I mean, you're hot, but I mean, and that means Ashley saying that to Alex, but I think Ashley did find Alex attractive for sure. And I think she probably downplayed that at the end once she knew he didn't like her for real. Like, oh no, that's not, But yeah, they were doomed from the beginning. Dare I say, we knew this wasn't gonna hold up.
No, and her little speech at the wedding.
Yeah,
really did
that,
it.
And the lawyer daddy defense or divorce lawyer daddy thing was interesting. With all his line of questioning, he was ready for him, and Alex was answering all his questions. And I feel like it was a nod to her dad at the altar to, cut in there and just basically, get to it first. Like, she knew what he was going to say. Alex showed up to the wedding, crumbs in his beard, wasn't even clean shaven. Like, we all knew they weren't going to get married. Like, it was very
like
clear.
Homeboy did not try. He was like, this is
at all.
And then afterwards he was just like, okay, feelings mutual, bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I was like, there was mixed reaction about her doing that at the altar. I didn't mind it. I wanted her to get her shit off and like do that publicly to him, because he had a lot of shit to say about her that she probably watched back and was like, or ended, because she was salty about that Britney thing. But I was fine with her publicly getting her shit off, because he liked to talk. He liked all that. So she did it in an Alex way. So
yeah. And it was like the same thing we had how Deepthi.
Oh yeah.
When she did that.
Yep.
And it was she was Deepthi with a talker.
Mm-hmm.
Who liked to show up all the things and say that they were doing all this amazing stuff and built them things. Like, it's almost like that's what you have to do for the guys with the egos, is to be able to level them in a room full of people.
Yeah.
And just see how they respond. Like, you've made your point, done the things. And to hear that, like, Deepthi was more of like the Jessica of this season. Like, everybody loved Deepthi. We love Jessica. That's kind of how that fell. So with Ashley, it kind of fell a little bit short. But I was glad that she was able to say her piece. They did say in the reunion that he was supposed to respond first, but instead, somehow, she made it happen so that she was going first. And I said, okay, girl, you knew what
I was okay with that. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. Like, and again, like you said, took that moment because he had a big speech planned, or just a whole thing winding up to say it, and he would have been a dick with it too. But either way, he was about to be on some dickhead shit and just talk. And she's like, nah, let me get dolled up. Let me go through all this, because usually I am anti, like, if y'all know y'all don't want to get married, a la, Britney and Devo, when we get there, like, just say it ahead of time. Like, don't have to do the hair and makeup and all that. But she was like, no, I want to do it all for the theatrics. Like, she's just, so I mean, it ended the way it should have ended. And as you said, people did love Deepthi. Ashley, I could care less about her as a person, as a character. But they were a horrible match from the beginning. So
yes, absolutely.
It went the way it went. Speaking of horrible,
Jessica and Chris. Jessica, successful, wonderful, has already gone through a divorce. Just out here being a girl's girl, wanting to find some love.
Mm-hmm. Nice person,
stunning.
Oh, stunning house. I mean, she was stunning too. It was just, Jessica was a favorite on the season for me, in terms of like, rooting for her. She seemed really sweet and everything. I mean, we saw how Chris was dating and everything, and there was the Brie Connor Chris thing. Like, so I never liked Chris. We saw what Chris was. So when, Chris and Jessica match, but it seemed like it could have worked, because, I mean, the honeymoon, they always get you on that. It seemed like it was maybe about to be something, like they could be compatible. And then they were not. So
he saw that house and said, well, damn.
Woo! Yep, exactly. He had an okay place, right? What was his place? I mean,
what am I doing
he had
here?
an okay place. I mean, but he's not a doctor, and she's like older and all that. So I don't know why
she's got set.
Completely felt, so little with it. But he did. This was just he's
their
on
egos,
and he's short too, so he had that going for him. Like, it's just, but he was always, even in the pods, he was very about physical appearance, even if you couldn't see, people. So you knew what time he was on. But I was caught off guard how quickly he got to being a dickhead, like openly, like letting Jessica know for sure that he's a dickhead with that. She doesn't work out enough, or the girls I date work out every day and do Pilates, or whatever the fuck he said, which was just nuts. After being gone for 24, 48 hours, he was gone, no contact for a little bit. And she just wanted to know where he was, because they were engaged. And yeah, the men on the show, the men in these dating shows, it's crazy. It's like, why did you come on here, Chris? Like, clearly not ready to be married, wasting her time, but he did get to it quickly. Like, I'm glad he didn't draw this out and gave her a chance to get the fuck out of there. But dickhead, and very trying to go for Bree. You know, Bree was
openly, even though Connor was his boy.
Yeah, and Chris said he didn't want to continue with Bree in the pods because she was too much like a dude. So I thought it was so crazy for him after this to be so, you know, once he saw Bree, you know, on his stuff. So we could go to Bree and Connor because that's that is something. Let me tell you something. Chris and Bree, for me, neck and neck as villains. Neck and neck.
Really?
Okay, as top villains. I mean, it's a top 3 in this. Like, Devo is obviously there, but something about Bree. I don't like Bree. I don't like Bree at all. I don't think she keeps it real. Like, Connor loves Bree to death. They didn't end up getting married, but as of now, they're dating. He moved out of his home to move next door to her, apparently. And then
I feel like that's going to be a new level lesbian action.
That is actually a new.
We're not going to move in, but we're going to move in next door. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually something, Connor. He might have unlocked some lesbian level that we haven't tapped into. Unless there might be people out there doing that. But I like Connor, sweet man. Bree's gonna eat him alive. I don't think they get married at any point. Bree's personality, I know she's type A and everything. Respect what she does, all that. I don't think she knows what she wants, actually. And I didn't like how she didn't shut Chris down when they had that, like, you know, mixer dinner thing, and Chris was like hitting on her hardcore. Like, I feel like she could have been more firm. She was firm about other stuff. She was like weird about other stuff too. Even when they, you know, did the honeymoon thing.
On other stuff.
Yeah, but even remember the honeymoon, she was like kind of like aggy that people weren't. She was like, I mean, we had this really deep experience. Like, she was like, mad.
She was really harping on that.
But it was because she really just wanted to talk to Chris. Like, it was just like, girl, go talk to Chris. And then she did. And it was like, she clearly, I think she likes Chris more than she's letting on, but she knew he was a villain in this show and she didn't want to come off as a villain. Like that, I don't trust Bree. And I think Connor is hopelessly trying to get married. Connor is really Brittany. Connor and Brittany are the same person, basically. Connor just wants to get married. He don't care what the fuck Bree says to him, because a lot of the things that Bree said to him, even when they had that talk, and I do respect that Bree didn't walk down the aisle, do all that stuff. They had their big talk. But some of the stuff Chris was saying, talking shit about Connor about, Bree was kind of saying through like the dating outside the pods thing. So I just feel like she should let Connor go. Let him go. Y'all could be friends. Like, I think they would be great friends. I don't think she marries Connor. I don't. I think she's wasting his time. So, no, Connor. Next door.
He is just the most simple of guys.
He is. He just
wants to get married, be able to drink a beer with his wife, and watch sports and hang out. He is not going to be one of those guys that asks for a lot ever.
Ever. Him even accepting her as she is so sweet. And there's like, I just want him to find a woman that really accepts him and accepts that and does push him, you know, because there is some growing up to do. Like, this nigga had a keg and just like, she didn't have to call him a boy the whole thing, but like, there's some growing up to do for sure. But I think he could be loved a little bit better back. So we'll see. I don't know. He's not going to end it with Bree. Bree has ended it with Connor. So Bree, let Connor go, please. Now, speaking of letting go, someone who did all those
transitions tonight are impeccable.
I mean, because they all kind of are the opposite. Yeah. They're kind of all connected, how they were moving. Like, it wasn't just the guys being fucked up in my mind for this season, but Devontae and Brittany, or Devo. When they said Devo, that's a horrible.
I didn't like it. Name. I said, when have we been calling you Devo?
Who the fuck is Devo? Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, okay, like us and Devo went out to this festival and hung out, and I was like,
first off, what the fuck? Well, I guess we get into it because it is the people involved now at this point. But Devontae, should have never gotten married. He shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have been on the show.
They shouldn't have been on the show. Shouldn't have been on the show at all. My God, where do we start with Devontae and Brittany? Brittany, sweet soul, already had her wedding dress before this.
What did you think of that?
I was like, okay, she wants to get married. I have more grace for women still with that because society, she did grow up in a society, I'm guessing she is around our age, where that is pushed. And like women do a good amount of women still do want that and feel the pressure of that. Like she really wants to get married so bad, so much so that she overlooked all season that this man does not like her. Like at every turn, like where it's just like, Brittany, and it not that looks are everything, because she seems like she was or seemed to be on camera. I don't know any of these people, but seems to be such a sweet person and woman and fine. And I was like, Brittany, please don't beg him. Like, he wasn't worth it to me. Like once she was catching that on the honeymoon that he wasn't really touchy feely and all this other stuff. I know he said he had a death in the family, but what was she supposed to do? But she just kept, giving him grace and just she wanted to will this through. Like she was going to marry this man no matter what.
She took that till death do us part very seriously.
Yes.
Before saying yes. She was like, if we're in a relationship, then my aim is that we are going to be together. So if we are together, we are going to work through any and everything. Yeah. No matter what, no matter how big the red flag, no matter how many issues we have. That was Brittany. And Devontae was like, I just want to be by myself.
First off, Devontae saying he's never dated like anybody but white pretty much was a giveaway there. I was like, he is disappointed you're not white, Brittany, which is great.
Truly,
but he has that Brittany self-hating thing, like a very passively self-hating black guy. Like he never met his father, biracial kid. Not that this always happens, but there's a thing there where it's just like he needs to go heal. But unfortunately, he's starting another family. But yeah,
not even a year later.
Not even a year later, which has to be crazy for Brittany to hear. But I will say, to shoot him a little bit of bail, Brittany was a little clingy. I was a little like, Brittany, just let him go. I know, Brittany, but if he's not reciprocating, just a little bit. He didn't have to call her a shadow, though. But like, I want to save space for like, he probably, I don't know. She could have been a lot for him. Like in terms of she really liked it. Like the wedding dress thing and how her behavior was, again, just blowing past all the red lights, the red flags, the Red Bull, the big red, like she blew past everything red. She could care less. Like she was going to get married. Big red, like I mean the gum and on Bring It On. Like she was like, I'm gonna get married. Like she could care. Like she did not care. She was gonna get married. And yeah, I will give him credit that he did not let that girl go down the aisle in that dress she purchased before this and then say no or say yes and keep stringing her along, because he did do when they talked about it and said that they were just gonna, what did he say? He gave her a total business answer of like, because he left.
It was basically like we'll circle back on it.
Yeah,
or I'll get back in touch with you next week or something. Like it was like a joking business wrap
I have my people talk to your people.
Type energy. Like that's what it was. And for Brittany, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt for a couple of things, because one, she is small, she is curvy. So I could only imagine that going dress shopping in one of these places would be frustrating to try and get something to fit. So I thought maybe that could be a reason why she was like, I'm just going to go ahead and do this so that I don't have to sit and like fight it in a store in front of who they stereotypically bring in for this show. So that was one of my thoughts, where I was just like, oh, like that's actually probably a pretty good idea for her, because she is small, but she's curvaceous and she probably wants to take the time to go and find a dress and not have to like settle on one of these basic dresses in these places that don't have the sizes for her. So I was like, maybe we could give her the benefit of the doubt for that. Like maybe that wasn't so crazy. Maybe that was a preparation.
That's a great argument for that too. What a lawyer.
That was my lawyer. Thank you. Okay, that was my defense argument for her. And with Devontae, just because he never said anything to her, I feel like every interaction with her probably felt like she was shadowing. I could see it. I could see the behavior in her where she was just like, I do want to hang out or do this. But some of the stuff that she was saying, I didn't think was too much to ask for. And then I came to the conclusion that Brittany just needs to date a lesbian.
Brittany, let me look at the camera. Brittany, I'm not available, but there are so many people who will treat you right within the community. Come over here, try it out. Just give it a shot. I mean, bring the dress, whatever you want to do. Her parents. Would you think of where her dad was so sweet? With the reunion.
I'm excited for this. Okay.
No, it's because I have mixed feelings about it, because it's like,
tell me.
Like, clearly,
sure,
Devontae has daddy issues, has so many issues because of his upbringing and everything. And I know her dad recognized that in him and everything. I like the tenderness of what he was saying, but I also was like, nah, dad. I'd be like, nah, dad. Like, Rod for me a little different. Like, I don't know. Like, the way he played in her face, and then it and then
Brittany is such a daddy's girl.
Family and kid on the way. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he needed all that grace. And then the weird ass trip that he went on with Bree and Ashley and that Priyanka girl who was like,
Priyanka was like, leave me out of it.
On the cast, but not on the cast. She was like in the mix of everything. First off, I didn't like how they played that with Brittany. Like, why wouldn't you call Brittany or just send her a text and be like, hey, what's going on with you and Devo?
Yeah, that was
Devo came from them, by the way. So that's another knock against Bree. Yeah, it was just not a girl's girl thing. And then they're all like, oh no. And Bree's like getting mad that Brittany's kind of like rightfully kind of step into them like, yo, why wouldn't you tell her that? It's not about a permission thing or whatever. It was just like, yeah, like I don't know. It's not a girl move. Like
she could have texted her just to be like, hey girl, Devontae's here with us. It seems a little bit off. Like, I know that she was explaining, like, it didn't seem like he said that, but she did say, here's the thing that I'm more upset about, is that she didn't text Brittany to check on her because Devontae had said that they broke up.
Yeah.
So the part where it's like, okay, if all of us have become these sisters of the season,
and they gotta,
how did you not message to be like, hey girl, just heard, because you would think that Brittany would have told y'all that all of you broke up. So if Bree was like, okay, I'll take Devontae at his word that y'all broke up, I'm texting Brittany to be like, hey girl, just want to like check in on you. Devontae mentioned a breakup, blah, blah, blah. Like, even just to say that.
Yeah.
Would have been the thing that she could have done, because instead of her just being like, oh, okay, y'all broke up, and they say nothing. If y'all are friends, what you doing?
Yeah,
I'm texting my friend to be like, y'all broke
really
up? Oh,
friends. Really? Y'all went through this experience together. You know things, different things, especially Ashley being in the mix. Like, if anybody else, but I think Ashley,
especially Ashley.
I don't know if she might not have seen it back at that point. So I don't know if she was salty about Alex finding Brittany attractive, but it was all just strange to me that none of these girls, because Priyanka didn't really owe Brittany anything, but Bree and Ashley,
I ain't friends with her.
Priyanka was like,
we ain't like that,
an uncredited cast member this season, because again, just there in the mix. But like Ashley and Bree,
she was a supporting role.
Yeah, owe that to her role. To just, and again, just a text, because Brittany wouldn't have been like, Brittany would have just told him what's up, and like Devontae could do whatever he wants. But like, even the whole,
at that point, Brittany didn't think they were broken up. So that could have answered a lot of things.
A whole bunch of, and then even for it to come out that Devontae stayed the first night because his Airbnb host wasn't answering back, which I know happens, but just, you can't believe anything Devontae says. But Priyanka had to be like, nah, he did stay there, and it was weird. Like, it was weird. Like, that's when y'all should have texted for sure. Like, it's just odd. And then I'm just like, why would y'all want to, I mean, Devontae just didn't personality-wise do anything for me. Like, y'all, Devontae, y'all just want to, like, I just thought it was strange. But not to say that all these girls have to be friends and everything, but they did go through this experience together. it's just a courtesy thing. Just text Brittany and just ask what's up. Like, it's crazy. And then again, during that, while they were talking about that, like Brie was getting agitated on some, like, I don't gotta ask permission for shit. Connor's still just sitting there like, and it's just like, it's
He's
just weird.
Over here not and even listening.
Connor's just finding this out too as well.
In his head.
He does. But Connor, which was funny, he's clearly just finding that out too. He's just not gonna say nothing to embarrass Brie. But like, he probably didn't know Devontae was there either until, the reunion. So anyways, I don't think that Devontae deserved the grace that Brittany's dad gave him, but it's okay that he did it. I feel both ways about it. Like, sweet man, get it. I think Devontae lied all season. I know he asked that question about, like, did you lie to me? Devontae's like, what? Did you lie to me when I asked you?
Like, it's just like, I'm like, sir.
He lied, sir.
It was one of those, like, if you can you can hear.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Sir, he lied the entire season to y'all. Like, so it was just like, kind of like, what do you want from, like, he's like, I didn't lie. Like, it's okay, Devontae. Enough. Okay. I wish the best for Brittany. Again, if Brittany wants to come in the community, someone will be here to assist you.
Instantly.
In anything you need, Brittany, platonic, romantic, whatever, we're here. But shout out to her. I think she will find somebody. Somebody is going to scoop Brittany up for sure. So that dress is going to be used. Yeah, shout out to her. All right, well, let's go to the only couple where love is truly blind, which also had a total of 11 minutes. There was a graphic on Instagram. They had a total of 11 minutes the whole season. Vic and Christine. The only couple to
I feel like 4 of those minutes was their wedding.
that they had to essentially record by themselves. Netflix, and this is what's going to be my part of my final thoughts. They did Vic and Christine so dirty. Okay, for them not being chosen to go to Mexico, they had to go to Malibu. I'm sure they did this because of entertainment reasons, but I'm like, if this is truly a love competition or reality show, you should have at least one functional couple that is going through this and that we can fall for. In the 11 minutes that we did see them, they seemed sweet and cute. Like Christine's mom, it was so funny being like, Vic is foreign, okay? Christine's mom was like, if I was younger. And then meeting Vic's family and everything, cute. They, cute, okay? Not much to say because we didn't see them. They seemed fine, They married. They're still married. So that's all to say. Like, there's not much to say about them. We didn't see a lot.
Great future planning.
Yeah.
Future planning.
In the reunion, they gave them that, like, Make-A-Wish, United Way ass, like, free vacation thing or whatever to try and make up for this. There were a couple articles out where it was like, why didn't Vic and Christine join the other couples? And they said it was budget reasons, which, again, stop playing in our face, Netflix. And Love is Blind. Love is Blind is a series that's made millions of dollars, and Netflix is Netflix. Y'all had enough money to send them to Mexico. And plus, like, Vic and Christine did it looked like they recorded a lot of their own footage. So completely disrespected. They seem sweet. I like Christine had more black friends than I thought around. It all came together where it was like, okay, all right. They're sweet. I wish we could have seen a little bit more of them. I understand they weren't probably the most entertaining, but we could have seen them a little bit more. Like, I feel like if you want to stay true to the show, you show them. But yeah, they didn't. 11 minutes. So and they're getting probably like 30 seconds on here. So but we have to move on. We do. Mike and Emma.
And Emma.
What do we think here? Also kind of forgettable. That's why I was like, y'all could have swapped Vic and Christine's moments in with these.
Story
like, I understand,
for Mike and Emma. No, truly.
Yeah, like,
But they had to lean on the baby story. They had to lean on the baby story. So you see that Netflix goes and picks the stories that they're going to really harp on the entire season, and the whole thing that's going to cause any sort of friction between the couple. And the number one thing was kids. Y'all were doomed from the start the moment that you couldn't agree on kids. Yeah. Like, y'all have to understand that is a core value in things. Coming from a relationship where, like, that was a big talk because one of us was, like, gung-ho and one of us was like, meh, we can take it or leave it. It's a core thing, and you have to have that in agreement, like, from the jump. Yeah. It's very rare. that couples continue to survive, and they leaned on it. Like, it seemed like Mike seemed like a great guy. He seemed very lovely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talk about just a safe, cool, loyal dude.
Mm-hmm. Big Italian family. Emma, very much about
his family was actually kind of aggressive. Like, it was funny because that was when I knew he was Italian. As soon as he got in that space, he started being like, "Well, Ma, this is what's happening." Blah blah. I was like, there it is. Mike, you be out here trying to live your peace, and then you go home and you get stressed the fuck out by your family.
Called his mom like annoying, and his dad was like, she is. There was one scene that had me cackling because it was like he had said, it was Mike with his mom and dad, and she had said something, and he's like something about her being annoying, and the dad was like, yeah, she's kind of, and they bonded over that, and the mom was like, but it looks like even if Mike wanted to, the way his family also was on some, y'all gonna have kids, right? Like, it's just, again, like you said, it's doomed from the beginning. Emma didn't for her very valid reasons. I did think it was, it gave her something to think about with Mike being like, well, I know you have some fears around what biological health challenges you might pass on to your child, but you don't know for sure and all that. And, without testing, like, you could test and see. But anyways, they weren't going to be aligned on that, and it just kind of was what it was. They seemed like they did like each other, but that's, like you said, it's a huge thing. Like, Mike really wanted kids, and he at the reunion had moved on with somebody. I was like, they brought the bays in here. Like, Jessica had got with somebody that was on the cast. He had a little speech ready to go, and Mike had his.
It was so lovely.
Yeah, it was. I was like, good for Jessica. So
lovely. I said, Jessica, doctors. You better. I stopped and I was like, especially, here's the thing. We got to go back to Chris for a moment. The other thing was, I was finally proud of Nick and Jessica. Or not Nick and Jessica.
It shows
Nick and what's her face. My bad.
Chicken of the sea.
Nick and what's her face. For actually hammering home how terrible of a person Chris was the whole season.
Yeah.
It kept circling back. And Chris had to just sit there with that fucking middle ass part with the hair that he grew out, giving some pathetic apologies. Mm-hmm. Nick is over here basically like slapping him upside the head with his words, being like, say you're sorry. Give a good apology. And I was very proud of them for that because it needed to be recognized that he was terrible on the show. And I was very proud of them for finally standing 10 toes down on saying that a cast member was an asshole, and to give Jessica a moment for the floor where she was able to say, I've moved on. I am good. I'm a doctor. He's a doctor. We doctoring together, and we get to play doctor at home. Don't come for me unless I send for you. And I loved it. She got her apology and her man in this audience. Come on.
Yeah, Chris had to shut the fuck up and just say sorry, which was smart. I was like, listen, he is good on him for not trying to explain. Like, you just got to shut the fuck up. You looked horrible on TV.
Horrible.
Like, remember all that? What was that saying he kept saying when he was fucked up? Oh God, it was something he just kept saying. There's something with the F word in there. I wish I could remember it because he said it like, I feel like 20 times in that mixer.
See if I can find it.
It was like, I don't give a fuck. It was something he kept repeating that was so annoying. It said, I don't give a flying fuck or something. I don't fucking know.
So something like that.
He did have to shut the fuck up. And Nick, Vanessa Manillo they had their notes of who to go after because Nick tried to go for Alex, and I'm gonna be honest, Alex is as usual ready. Like, Nick said something and Alex was like, give me examples.
Flying fuck.
And like, flying fuck, that's what it was. But Alex is ready to swim out of anything Nick was trying to ask about him. Like, he was like, Nick was like, blah 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 with your timelines.
Like, I'm just sitting
Alex
next
is like,
to him,
can you give me examples? Like, he was ready to do his asshole thing. He couldn't, like, Nick tried to swat Alex, but Alex is a professional, talker and swim move artist. Whereas like Chris ain't had no leg to stand on. Chris looked horrible in this. Like, he just say you're sorry. Hopefully you're healing and shut the fuck up. And good on Chris for shutting the fuck up because sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, so that was Mike and Emma, which could have been changed out. I mean, the baby thing is a baby thing, but like that could have been 11 minutes worth of season.
Like, I was happy that we got to see Emma's story of her health issues and adoption and how all of that gets to impact, because those are real things that happen, and Love is Blind, real stuff that you have to be able to address and go through. So I was happy for that. But again, like you said, they could have been the 11 minutes and we could have gotten more of Christine and Vic and enjoyed that way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Or at least a better balance.
100% a better balance, because you know who I didn't feel like had a good balance? Amber and Jordan.
Now that one I could see coming as well. Like, it was like, oh, I hope he seems like a good guy. Jordan does. Amber is a girl's girl. She held it down.
For Brittany, toes down.
For Jessica.
She was Mama Bear. She wasn't even the girl's girl. She was Mama Bear.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we were so adamant. That's why I was like, Brie to me is just like, ugh. But Amber, though her problems I get into a second, like, again, was the one who told Brittany about the Devontae, thing. But like, that's what you're supposed to, like, look out for each other. Like, even if y'all not, friends, like, it's just, Amber looked out. But unfortunately, Amber and Jordan,
too. Man,
she did. Amber and Jordan did not work out. They did walk down the aisle and say yes, but they did break up following the wedding. So the reunion was a pretty contentious, because they, like, it just is, it sucks, right? Because on one end, Jordan, you have to move to where she is. You can't do this halfway. Like, you knew what this was going into, like, what you were getting into. Amber, I feel like, communicated her hesitancies a lot about just men and her past dealings, but also, like, yeah, she's a single mom. So this is going to be, even how she did have her daughter meet him, was like, he met her child's father first, then met her daughter. Like, this was like, she was so scared that he was not going to be ready for this and everything. And I don't think he really was. She has not gone
to therapy for that.
She needs to go to therapy. So that's one thing about Amber. Amber has some anger issues, clearly, and needs to heal separately. So he wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. She needs to go heal, like, for real. And I did appreciate that she did make the distinction, however fucked up, like, the couple of episodes they had of, like, post this show of, like, her getting drunk at that wedding and, like, cussing him out, and then again him being, like, the expectation,
she's like, you left me in a car, and it's like, girl, yeah,
you were drunk, I'm the best man. Like, it was just crazy that she even said that. Like, girl, yes, I did. Like, you're passed out. But him not wanting to move closer to her and, like, wanting to see each other only on weekends is like, you have to be flexible in this because of what you are literally marrying into. Like, try and make it easier for her. She has a child. Like, I don't think he gave enough effort there with that, but I also think that she needed to go heal somewhere. Like, I don't think she's ready for marriage either. So it's unfortunate. She did make the distinction that Jordan is a nice guy still. She's like, not like Chris. Still, like, listen, she will never take
like Chris
the boot off of Chris's neck, and I appreciate that. Ever. And I was glad she made that distinction, because however bad way it ended, I think she does have love. They have love for each other. It just is not going to work until they, they get themselves ready separately. But Jordan seemed like a nice guy, and I'm glad that Amber did make that distinction. And, like, Chris is an asshole, but, like, Jordan's not like Chris. But it was just unfortunate. It was unfortunate, not totally unexpected, but unfortunate,
Truly.
Her walk off was like, took so long.
I mean, that also, like, if she had any hopes of beating the allegations for the anger stuff that Jordan was pointing out, and then she got up and just boom. And I'm like, yes, they could have edited how quickly it happened, but it seemed like the flip switched immediately. And I was like, I've seen this before. Like, I've seen that from people. I've been in relationships where that has happened. And I said, oh, Jordan, you were also going through it. Like, yes, all of the points that you made, where it's like, you have to put in the effort. If you're going to go out there, it's a 45-minute drive. Like, you can do that, my guy. Go do it more regularly rather than hanging out with your guy friends and expecting her to come out all the time. And Jordan, I know you were going through it too, my boy, because the way that she had flipped on that, and we don't even know how long she was really gone. But when I saw that, I said, ooh, I know my man was going through it. Yeah. So the trust, like, that's hurt. That's
he didn't have to say anything else. We all were like, yeah, we see it, Jordan. Okay.
We see it. Got it. I mean, we saw it on the show too.
We saw it.
Where she just came in and did that. And she just, it was like, gone behind the eyes. And I was just like, oh, there's something deep in here that has not been addressed. And your trauma is coming out hard, my girl.
Yeah.
So anytime you feel wronged, anytime something triggers you, there it is. There it is.
And the blaming of like men in general, where it's just like, I know she's been hurt in the past and bad or whatever, but like she was like almost like willing this to almost go this way. Like she has so much hurt and so much stuff going on that she needs to separately go heal. But also her brother for her wedding day just out of nowhere was kind of like, I don't know if you remember this. Yeah, being like basically like he didn't think that they were gonna get married or something he said where it was just like
no, he literally was like, when you go down the aisle, he's like, I don't think y'all are going to say yes.
Yeah. And I was like, can we end it with like the tale of two siblings?
But take my arm.
Because Jordan, right, come on, sis. And it's just like, what? That's why she hates men. Like no men around her looking out. But conversely, like Jordan's sister was like, do what's in your heart, whatever that is. Yeah, her brother was like, Oppie brother. And I was like, okay, so Amber, a lot of things going on and all that. But yeah, she needs to heal and she'll be fine. Both of them will be fine, separately. But yeah, separately. Like, Amber was verbally
separately
abusive. Like you could tell like whatever she was saying at that wedding was wild. So
yeah.
Quite the season, huh? Ohio.
What a season. Ohio. What a season.
Any thoughts on before we leave Kevin, Kia, and who's the third? Shout out to those two ladies for leaving because the Kevin
two black women.
Yes.
Shout out to the two black women.
Shout out to them for being like, nah. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. What are their names?
Like, I got the women here. I got the women here. Let me scroll for a second. For who they are. Okay. No, it wasn't you. Nope, it wasn't you either. Oh, they had way more black women than they showed.
Looks like they did. That's why it was so crazy this season.
They did. Okay, first off, Kia out here still living her best life, still looking good, doing things.
Okay, both of them and Tyler.
Good.
Fine.
Good.
And
fine. Tyler. Yep.
Yeah.
But Tyler had a level of crazy in her that I saw.
She did. She did. I did respect that she did leave because she was going to also will and put like borderline bully him into some shit, but she was on some I'm gonna leave if you don't choose me, and she did or whatever, which I respected because I was like, yeah, he should at this point be able to, he could just not for the life of him pick anybody, but he didn't need to be on that show either. No. And that's the thing,
he still couldn't make any decisions when he met up with them again.
And they probably looked at him like, woo, dodged a bullet. So Tyler leaving, even though she did almost bully him into picking her, and was
she kind of did.
But I do also now wonder editing wise, like they were trying so hard to make them on a versus, and like those, shout out to them because it didn't happen. Like they didn't let it get
they were like no.
to that. They were like, nah, it's no beef for real. Like they were just, their frustrations, or more so on Tyler's side, visible frustration from Tyler was like that he couldn't pick. Like he was just so non-committal about everything. So
I'm still gonna give it to Kia because
and then Kia,
Tyler was in the space always talking about Kevin or Kevon, whatever his name. I'm saying Kevin because
I'm saying Kevin. But
she was always in there talking about him. Kia clearly knew who the other person was. She continued to be the adult in the situation. Tyler, I know that she had that one pop off to be like, he's not doing this and he's whatever. And she came back immediately to talk to Kia and be like, I'm so sorry. That energy was not for you. Didn't mean it. And Kia the whole time stayed like a classy bitch. I was like, girl, no wonder you're a director because you've had to handle some bullshit in your life and you were able to handle all of that. Like, can you imagine being surrounded by that day in and day out of that commentary, knowing that you are also talking to the same person, but also trying to be like, I gotta be cool because we are on TV and we are not gonna be like, I'm sure Kia had it in her head that she was not gonna be the black woman that was gonna be pitted against the other black woman.
Kia's in marketing. She does like basketball marketing for the Cavs and stuff. Like she knew, they both knew. And I will say that, as you said, I agree. Like Kia definitely like understood the show. She was like, we're all dating the same people. Whereas like Tyler again, with the borderline bullying pushing him to like pick her, like it was just like she was so shocked that she had to like compete. And I'm like, girl, this is a show. Like he's dating other people, so are you. Like this is the show. This is the show. So when she tapped out, I was like, great, because don't push this man to make a decision that he clearly can't make. That's not going to work out for you either, by the way. Like I was like, once you see and get near him, like it was not going to work. And then shout out to Kia for also being like, oh no, I'm not like the last person standing. I don't want you either. Like they both chose themselves, which they should have. Kayvon, he needs to go heal. Had a lot going on. God bless him. I know he's taking care of his mom and stuff like that. He had a lot going on too. So, you know, a lot of people come to this show just like, you don't need to get married. You really don't. Not right now. You really don't. But they be there season after season. And this is the 10th season of this. So let's get to final thoughts, because this is where we are. We went through the couples. We went through the notable cast members. Is there anything else we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about with them? No?
All right. I think overall, I mean, with the couples, no. They did do a solid job with the reunion. I felt like I liked the people that they brought back. I wish we did have some more of the stories of more of the people that came back, because they had brought back a lot of people. So, but like talk to 4 of them. So I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
Talk to all I ask for in the future reunions. My final thought, you reunions, please, if you're going to bring back all of these people, talk about what they're doing. I want to know.
Yeah. Or a separate show, something to kind of...
they should do like a previous cast reunion, because now that they're 10 seasons in, that should be a thing.
Yeah, that should be a thing. That'd be fun. They did point out that some people from other seasons were dating, so it would be interesting to see who did what, connected the dots. Yep. As a general thought, obviously, the quality of this show continues to plummet. Like, even just, again, with the Vic and Christine thing, like, I know that we like the drama and everything. I'm not saying make Vic and Christine the main storyline, but like, I think for the integrity of the show, if people are trying to find love and you do have a couple that is finding love and unproblematic, it's okay to show more of them. It's okay to show more of them. I think everybody welcomes that. And again, not saying that they needed to have A or B or even C stories, but like the 11 minutes was a slap in the face. I thought that was crazy. It is clear that, 10 seasons in, people are either planning or scheming or whatever going into this, or producers aren't doing enough background research on people. Because the Devontae thing was like brewing a couple weeks before the reunion of like, oh, this nigga married. So I just think it's interesting. Like, and then also obviously the biggest thing is just, as a Black consumer, as a Black watcher, like, it's raggedy every season. They're not getting better at this. Like, they're not getting better at this at all. And I don't know what the problem is. I saw an article where a producer said that it is harder for them to find Black men that are attracted to Black women, which sucks. But they got to do something. I feel like the quality of the show, like it was an entertaining season to watch, entertaining enough. But yeah, the quality is going down with it. Like, I feel like they gotta change something. Like, for me, I think they should do, I know this might sound crazy, but less pods and more living together, because the living together is really where it's at. Like, I think it
really is. And the social, when they bring the groups together,
more of that.
Those are the times, because I love when they're in Mexico and then they bring everybody together. I love that. I'm like, you could do less hotel room and more getting them together. Because I don't care what the fuck y'all are doing in your hotel. We know you fucking.
Yeah.
Cool. And one moment, one other moment, bring y'all together. One other moment, bring y'all together some more. Like, that's what I want to see.
Regularly
the group stuff.
Interacting.
Yeah. Yep. And then and then the home stuff where y'all are living together, you get to meet. I want to see more of meeting the families. I want to see more of that interaction, because those are the spaces that you have to prepare for. Yes, you have to work on living together, but for entertainment's sake, put us around people so that we can see the reaction, because we're over here like, this is crazy. We need to see what the families actually think. And that's relatable. That's something that the show can definitely grow off of. You know what? Hire us. God damn. We be giving out these great ideas for free. Please.
Listen.
We have definitely it down. We are your consumer.
Definitely more cohabitation, definitely more mixers with each other. Like, again, I've said it a couple times, like, I know the pods are obviously foundational for them to find who they are or whatever, but it's a lot of fluff. I think they drag it out, whereas they could be using those episodes in that time to do more living stuff. Like, we also only see some people's houses and some people's the family thing I get, but like,
yeah, like we don't know, it's just living together at all.
Listen, we saw them in a car together. We saw them in Malibu on their phones, like a lot of
parents,
their own. Yeah, meeting parents.
That's it.
And I'll say, like, for the other comparable shows, like a Married at First Sight. Mm-hmm. I don't watch all of the episodes, but their episodes are legit, or seasons are like 20 episodes long, because they do drag it out, and it makes it entertaining. And I do the same thing where it's like, I fast forward the beginning of the show where they're doing the background check, or not background check, but the compatibility thing. You introduce people, you get to the weddings. Obviously, you watch the weddings, but the meat of the show is them trying to figure out how to like live together and merge these lives. And of course, they are already married. So the reverse of, Love is Blind, where they're working up to the marriage date. I want to see them cohabitate and like manage careers, manage friends, all that. So I don't know what they do about people scheming, because that's just where we are. Like, there's, enough years to know if you are going to get on the show to just try and be an influencer, make some money, whatever. That's just going to happen. That's the reality of things. But I don't know. I feel like they could take more measures with that, with weeding people out. I don't know how. But I don't know. I think after season 10, like, they should take a breath and like maybe switch some things up, because I don't think we could keep going this way. I am going to lose interest if it keeps in this trajectory, because it just kind of is what it is. Like, this season we ended with
the last couple seasons were rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And I know that I think they're thinking about going back to Atlanta.
They should.
And a couple other places. So I'm like, you're circling back to some of these cities. This is the time to start shifting some of the things that they do on the show.
Yeah. They should. And hopefully they will. Maybe they feel like they don't have to because the ratings are what they are, but like, I'll say this, I think they had one of their better reunions ever. Like, they're finally getting into the better form of a reunion, like notes of like, hey, go after these people. I think they could have actually interrogated Brie a little bit more, but you see that, like, clearly I have a Brie bias and hate. But yeah, I don't know. The show in itself, it could be better. We could switch some things
Agreed.
up. So
agreed.
All right, and we don't know what the next season city is. Let's see. I'm gonna do a quick check to see. Love is Blind.
It's like, see if Reddit has given it up, because that's
right.
That's where the 11. Deep interrogative news is.
Right. That, and like the producer, one of the producers on the show is probably on Reddit. Their
100%.
Account, like, here's the next one. Love is Blind, season 11. All we need to know. Let's see.
All we need to know. Already written up.
All right, ready to go. Nothing yet. It's just that it's been renewed.
Yes. Oh, okay. So according to AI, at the top of Google, heavily rumored to be set in Boston.
Okay. Could be good.
That's it. So heavily rumored that is where it will be, and then that the show may return to Atlanta for seasons 12 or 13.
Well, they definitely need to go back to 11. I see this Reddit where it says season 11 is in Philly. That was 7 hours ago. So Boston or Philly, which either one could be very.
So we're
fun.
East Coasting it. We're East Coasting it.
But look, I'll send you this. There's somebody 7 hours ago. Like, they're filming behind me. That's why I love Reddit. Reddit's like, I'll tell you, they'll break it. Let me show you. Just dropped it. Yes. Like, this girl has her phone out. It's like, I can't.
Come on. I live.
But either one, Boston or Philly, would probably be pretty entertaining. Philly for sure, but certainly
Philly definitely.
Boston is actually kind of entertaining. So yeah.
She said, do I go up and ask the guy why he's with another woman when our kid is at home? That's hilarious.
It'd be funny. That's how every season goes. Like that. There's always. Yeah. Okay. Philly or Boston. We have South Africa coming, so we'll see. When's the next ultimatum? Let's see.
That's a good question.
Oh, we're here.
That's also
Ultimatum.
a good question. Yeah. We'll figure out when all of these are showing up.
It's like, what's the next one? What did we just have? Season 4?
Damn, we already made it season 4. Yeah, it's because I'm sad about them giving the season 2 for the Queer Ultimatum and then cutting it off. Hose.
Awful.
Hose. In different area codes. Area.
It says that they're filming in Las Vegas.
Ah!
Season 4.
That's already a mess.
Ooh. Yeah.
Mess.
Ooh.
Mess. Oh, that better be such a good fucking season. That better be such a good fucking season.
You know what's interesting about Vegas now, and you know this as a person who lived in the Bay Area, is there are a lot of transplants now in Vegas. There's a lot of people who moved from California, from the Bay Area, from LA.
They're gonna have people from California and the Bay, like LA, Bay Area, all of that, because it's just it's right there.
It's right there.
So
now that's gonna be interesting. What a place to the ultimatum, in Vegas. All right. Well, yeah. Well, this was an interesting.
Maybe some of them will have. Maybe they'll have like an Elvis impersonator do their weddings.
They will. That's the first thing they put in the production. Like, they have to have a whole episode around that. Just the Elvis impersonator. Have to. But so yeah. Well, we did it, friend. I mean, do you want to give a final grade for this season?
I would give this season like a B-.
That's good.
I give it a B- because I was entertained.
Yeah.
And there was this season did give me back a little bit of hope for the show. So
yeah.
B-.
I think B- is great. I think I would agree. B- or a C+. Because it was good. And then it was like, oh, okay. And then the reunion actually, I was like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. C+. C+ for sure. So
not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Not a total waste, and they, the way they do it is they roll them out. I think what's not broken is how they release these, like at the week after week, how they drop the episodes. I do like how they do that. Makes it exciting. So
it does. It does. So yeah. Well, all right, y'all. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Bad Queers.
Like, what do we call this?
I don't even know. I'm like our baddest queer show watch, something, like something like that. But we appreciate you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Take care.
I'm sorry that I'm